amazing white levels. With this technology we developed, like I said, I'm an expert in the field of black technology. I've been developing it all the way back since 2015. And as I said before, you want to make sure you get a true black screen. You don't want a screen that's going to come up gray. And one of the things a screen is going to have to pass, a true black screen has to pass, is what you call the black paint test. Because like I said, at the end of the day, a customer is going to request whether that's black paint or whether that's a black screen, real black screen paint. So let me show you one of the things that we do in our demonstrations when we show these tests off, showing off exactly, we did a whole bunch on this week, showing off the black paint versus black fabric versus our screens technology. I'll give you a show right here real quick. Let me bump the daylight set on my projector coming back over. So I just found two of the really darkest contrast demonstrations, but I'm going to show you one of the things that you have to do in testing when it comes to black screens. Now, what you want to do is you want to get some paint. And this is number one reason, because there's several shades. Black comes in multiple shades, and it does. Doesn't make a difference. You call whatever shade. You got crow, you got different forms of black paint. They come in different kinds of colors. We're not saying colors, but they all come in black, but it's in different shades. But you still have to produce a jet black screen. So let me show you right here. We got a storm going on outside right now. So here and here, we have black paint. And some people don't want to follow by these rules, but you have to follow by these rules. These rules are very important when it comes to black screens. Very, very important. And it's something that I've had to go through for years. And it has to be done. So look, here you go. Now, the interesting thing about the Phantom technology is the fact that Phantoms are just as black as black paint. Let me show you here. Let me move this information on these documents real quick. Get my charger over here, my backup charger. On my backup charger. So this is what you need to look for when you're looking for a true black screen. This right here is everyday house paint right there. That's everyday house paint. I get that stuff in all the time. And this container right here, that right there is a black Phantom. See how black Phantoms are compared to the paint? They're jet black. This is what you have to show off. Because at the end of the day, if someone's buying a black screen, they want a 100% ultra black screen. They want that thing to look like an OLED. That's what they want. And you're going to have to show that off. I just came out of Facebook, and the only thing they're talking about is how my screen looks like an OLED TV. See how black that looks? See how black this looks? Except for, we have a special signature coating in this. So the signature coating that's in this particular product, when it dries to a different shade than the black paint. The black paint's always going to remain dark. It's still going to be black, but this one right here is going to turn a different shade. It's going to be black also too, but it's going to be a different shade, but they're both going to be black. That's what you have. That's how your screen has to look next to black paint. Exactly the same, but it has to show a difference. Can't have anything lighter than that at all. So that's what you want. If that screen comes up gray or dark gray, that's not a black screen. It should be matching the black paint that it's sitting next to. Now, like I said, our product has a special signature that allows the screen to dry. It'll look exactly like black paint as you're pouring it out, but when it dries, it's going to dry a shade of black, but it's going to be actually lighter than the black paint. Like I said, try to figure that one out. That's a very hard thing to do. You got two screens side by side, two paints side by side in liquid form. They both look black. But when ours dries, our screen comes out lighter than the black that we just displayed, but it produces a heavy contrast. So, real quick, I got to do this one on Facebook today. Because we got some questions that came in. So I was on Facebook, and they were asking, a couple guys were asking from overseas about the black screen. Now, when I walk in front of my screen here, you can see my screen is jet black. It is so dark, it actually blends into the border that goes around my screen. All right. Now remember when I showed you in the room, I showed you the two paints side by side next to black paint. They both look the same. But there's a special signature that we added in with the Phantom. So this way, if we're doing business with a company, and say they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes on something, or a business deal goes wrong, something they're trying to do, and they're saying, hey, look, we got the same product here. Isn't this black paint? Isn't this what you sold us? You sold us this black screen paint. Well, this is what we have here in this container. And I said, oh, that's our product in the container. So looking at them side by side, they look exactly the same, don't they? Don't they? But this one is different. This one sees white light. This one can't. This one over here, when it dries a different shade. How do you get a paint to do that? Dry a different shade. Look, exactly the same as the container. That's why when we put the challenge out, the product was supposed to match identically to the black paint. So you should be able to take the black paint in your hand here and next to your screen paint, put it next to each other, and they should both look the same. But what makes them different? This is what makes it different. As I told you before, see how dark the screen is? When a Phantom dries in a different shade. This is everyday house paint we have here. Now you can see the house paint right now is producing a very dirty image, as you can see. Where's the control that way right here? So if I go over here and I click on, I can just leave it right here where it's at. I'm not going to disrupt the video I'm about to do. And you see how dirty the image is coming up? But if I stand in front of my projector, the Phantom is a different shade. But yet, when I take them out of the container and put them side by side, they both look the same. Because Phantoms have a special ability, we're not going to tell you how it's done, that when they dry a different shade. And that's how we would know at the end of the day if somebody or a company had claimed that this was a product of ours and it was black paint. And number two, we would know that if you stick the black paint in front of the screen that we have here under the Phantom, it comes up with a much more darker and dirtier color due to the fact that it can't accept and see white light. That's another way we know. Any screen paint we design has signatures in them. And those signatures give us the ability, if we're doing a business meeting or whatever, say something where somebody gets a little greedy and they want to do some switcheroo or whatever, we will know. Remember, both of the paints when I showed you looked exactly the same. And I told you Phantoms have an interesting signature. One of the signatures a Phantom has is it dries differently. That's the kind, when you're developing black technology, that's one of the things you're going to have to be able to prove. You got to show that your product is different, but yet looks the same. So if this was gray, like I said, this was gray and this was black, no, you're not exactly matching black paint. See how they both look the same? There's certain things I leave out sometimes. I don't tell everything. I'll leave some things to the end so people can see exactly what you're supposed to see. Yeah, anytime you develop a black screen, the whole object of developing a black screen is to make it as dark as you possibly can and then still have it maintain the white levels and colors. So when we designed the Phoenix, the Phoenix was pretty dark. But we figured out a way and was blessed to figure out a way how to make a Phantom even darker. And look at that, black house paint, Phantom, side by side. When you do a demonstration on a black screen, this is what you have to show. Because a company that's going to be buying that product wants the blackest screen they can get there possibly, and they want something super jet black. But you also must show that there's a difference in the product. Both look the same. But, as I said before, Phantoms have two hidden secrets. One of them, when the screen dries, even though they both look the same, becomes lighter. Yeah, figure that one out. That's a real hard one to figure out. I had a few people send me messages like, how the freak is that even possible? If a screen's black, doesn't it dry black? Shouldn't they dry both the same? Oh, yeah, they should. But this one doesn't. This one's interesting. That's why we developed it. We want super black, we want to be able to dry differently. Where is my remote control? Oh, that's right over there, as usual. What are you complaining about, bud? Now you see the dirty image, the black paint's giving off because it can't read the white light. That's what makes the Phantom different. That's why there's no screen that can match it anywhere. There's no black screen on the face of the planet that can do that. They look exactly the same, identical as black paint. But it's so dark, it looks like it's black paint. It can match next to black paint, liquid-wise. But when it dries, it turns into something completely different. But yet, it can show a difference. See, we do that. Like I said, we don't do that for the small individuals. We do that for the companies. Because I've been in a couple contracts or had to take someone to court and I had to sue them for doing something stupid in a contract. Trying to basically try to make our products very hard to do. Very, very hard to do. Because at the end of the day, they'll look at this container and go, even though they tested it and used it, they still do dumb stuff. Let me see. I wonder if we can make this ourselves. So what they'll do is they'll try to make it themselves. It looks the same as black paint. There can't be anything different in this. What would make this different from that? I wonder. Yeah. See that right there? So anytime someone's making a black screen paint, keep in mind that this is supposed to match. It's supposed to be as dark as this right here. They're both supposed to look the same. But there should be what makes it different? Something should be in it to make it different. See? And as you can see, no glitter. See, no glitter, nothing. No glitter at all. Some people think it was like a high dose of glitter that makes the screen. Nope, no glitter. Yeah, figure that one out. That's going to crack a lot of books tonight. That's going to crack a lot of books. They still can't figure that one on Facebook. They're like, how the freak do you have a screen that's black, matches black paint, but dries light? All right, let's move out of here with this. We're done with that. Now let's have some fun with the screen. I found a really dark demonstration on here I could have some fun with. Like I said, at the end of the day, when you want a screen, you want a true black screen. You don't want a gray screen or a fake screen. You want the real deal. That's what you want. And yes, that surface is black. You want the real deal. You don't want a fake screen. I want to check out these black levels. I'm always looking for, they want to see more contrast demonstrations. I think this may be the darkest contrast demonstration I've seen so far. I've been showing off so many white levels on the screen. People are like, can you show some contrast for goodness sake? We do a lot of white levels though. Let's go back a little bit on this one. And we're still in 720p 600 by 800 res. I'm still using my 720p projector. The other one's upstairs. And you know what I haven't seen yet? The white screen comparison yet. I haven't seen that yet. You have to show a comparison on white screens. It has to be displayed. And I still haven't seen a proper black paint demonstration done yet. And I still haven't seen a proper black screen yet. Now keep in mind, we designed the Phantom to solely go to be able to go out and take out other screens. That's why the screen has a record at 10% when we're developing it. At 10%, 18 certified screens. I'll put the video below so you can check it out. We showed it on Facebook. People are like, are you kidding me? At 10%, this screen has a track record. Recorded live. 18 certified, 5 certified ultra short dose screens at 10% done. It is, like I said, one of the darkest screens out there. If you're going to develop black screens, they have to be black. They have to be dark. It's kind of like looking into a black hole. I gotta find more demonstrations like this. That's why we had the stage sheet. On the stage sheet showed how dark we were actually making the Phantom as we were going along. The whole entire platform was the Phoenix. And it was to show how dark, as we went along through each stage, how dark we were making the Phantom. Now, like I said, with the heightened technology that's embedded into the stuff to allow it to be to read white light, it gets a little tricky. If it's too dark, then you may have some problems in there with the heightener reacting. But here's the thing. When we had the screen at a stage 1, the heightener was literally so high up on the screen that I actually had to turn down the brightness on one of the projectors because it was producing too much light off the screen. At one point, people thought the screen was hot spotting, but no, that's the heightener that we add into it. It has to be toned, it has to be adjusted. Let's see what we're going to do with 600 by 800 res. That's all we're working with this week. That's it. This projector right here, my ViewSonic, that's all we're working with this week. We're doing all demonstrations and 600 by 800 res 720p.
Do you buy peanut butter in a jar? Or are you normal and buy it in a cup?
Now the 235.1 is actually behind this screen. I want to do a piece of plexiglass, like real thin plexiglass. You get a custom cut and bezel with the maybe I could do that myself. I'm not gonna pay for that because I'm gonna put LED lights behind them. Oh, you know, beautiful LED lights would be good behind. Oh, the black lights. The black lights would be gorgeous behind one of these screens. Look how dark the background comes up. That's why I'm telling you. When I'm looking at demonstrations, understand this when it comes to black technology. A screen can be black and the image can be poor. It can be really poor. But it doesn't make a difference. No matter how much light you hit that screen with, it's a black screen. It's always going to remain black at the bottom no matter what. Like I said, the image could be crap, but that screen always remains black no matter what. Because I'm pretty sure when you walk outside with a black t-shirt, it doesn't change when you walk out in the sun. It stays black, doesn't it? Reacts the same way. So like I said, when that screen came up that discolor at the bottom, that's the first sign the screen's it's not black. First thing that pops up. And I've seen it in other videos. Not just one, I've seen other videos where someone has claimed to have a black screen. I've been on a couple of YouTube forum sites and there are a few people on there claiming to have black screens. That's why I knew that the XY, when I was looking at the screen, I was like, nope. That's not black. That's a dark gunmetal. I thought the daylight screen, when I first looked at it, that screen was pretty convincing. I thought that screen was literally black. I was like, oh shoot, we got a black screen to test against because I'm dying to get a black screen to test against my technology. We haven't found one yet. There's only one company out there, and the name is Try Something. I gotta remember the name of it. They actually physically have a black screen. I cannot wait to go side by side to see what it looks like. And I'll tell you something, from what I've seen from the demonstrations, it's extremely good. It's very expensive, but it's extremely good. That's what I was looking for. Ooh, man, I can't wait to get a sample sheet of that down here. Now, Screen Innovation, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you have a black screen, a 100% black screen. I've seen dark gunmetals in there, but I've never seen a 100% black screen in your collection, and I could be wrong. And if I'm, please correct me. Do you own or have a black screen? We need to put out whatchamacallit out now. We're gonna have to put out Not a challenge. We're not going to do a challenge. We need to put out something. We can put a request for every company out there, any company out there that has a black screen. I'll leave my email address at the bottom. Y'all can contact us. I want to see what y'all got. I thought paint on screens had one. I was really happy about that. I was excited about that. It got here, it was gray. It's a dark gray screen. But I guess they're going under the old tradition of the old gray screens. Oh, this is not dark enough. Going under the old traditions of the I want to look at the contrast levels on here. Let's play with this a little bit. We can do some bright colors. But they're going under the old tradition of when back in the day, a dark gray screen was considered to be black, but that's like 7 years ago when they were calling that. I was really looking forward to doing some demonstrations against a company called, I think it's Dragonfly. They got a pretty dark screen. It looks near black, but I don't think it's black. After when I had the conversation on the fellow with the phone about the screen, I asked him, was it black? It's not black. It's a heavy gunmetal. But even the gunmetal screens are dark. I mean, really freaking dark. Darkest gunmetal screen we have in the house is the screen we have at 155 inches painted upstairs. You look at that screen, you think that screen is black. That screen is actually gray. That is the Cinema Gamer. Is that dark? Not bad for like that's amazing. It's 600 by 800 res 720p projector. That's what we're using. 100. My price tag, what I paid for it, $150. Get it brand new on Amazon, $300. Without our technology, it's gonna look like crap. Ooh, I need to get out of tea. Yeah, so y'all know that look. When you're doing a demonstration on a black screen, you got to take them out, both liquids side by side on the black paint test, and you have to put them next to each other, both of them, the liquids, so they can see exactly if both of those screens are black, officially black. And then you go on from there. You do the test from side to side, which screen's going to pull higher white levels and stuff like that. You don't worry about contrast, you want to worry about white levels. But yeah, that's one of the tests. You have to pull out both screens, the liquid, and put them side by side, and you have to show that both of those screens are black. And that's something that wasn't done in the demonstration. Your mother goose. Now you gotta go through all that. Oh heck yeah, you gotta go through that and a whole lot more. That ain't the end of it. I told you, I tell you, designing black screens is nightmarish. Yeah, I'm not joking with you. Those formulas, like I said, and I've gone through this with companies before, they want to see both of them side by side. All right, show me black paint, show me your product. I want us to make sure that our product is not coming up gray. That's why. That's what they want to make sure. They're buying a 100% jet black screen. So if a screen is slightly gray, there's a vantage point when it comes to white levels. That's why. That's why they want you to put both of those chemicals together and go, all right, let me see them side by side. So they can make sure that your black paint matches that black paint in that container. Yes, they will.
Dull gum.
Doggone.
Fancy gum. Icebreaker. Smooth. Fancy.
This one with the wrapping on it? I think it is. Yep. Can't get past that correct. They'll put some rap music in there and then basic copyright strike. You know it's messed up too? I told you it's not messed up, but I can make the screen darker than this. But I'm done. I'm not making anymore. I'm done. This is the last one. We can make this thing darker than this. No object of black screens is to make them as dark as you possibly can, but still make them to be to do that. We can make it darker than this, but we're not going to do it. I'm done. This is why it's called a final. Maybe I'll save it for the fixed frame screens or something else I might be working on making. Now, remember, I still have projects involving fixed frame screens, but that's a year down the line. Right now, we're done. I would love to be to get my hands on that Venta Black. That's what I would love to get my hands on. The interesting thing about the Venta Black technology, it's designed to absorb all light. The screen maintains a black level. So what would happen if you put a heightener into it that won't change the screen? Mind you, when we drop the heightener in it, the heightener doesn't basically fade the screen. It doesn't. It remains black, which means if it did, when I put the two chemicals next to each other, you would see it different from one over another. One would be lighter than the other. No, the heightener basically is invisible. So when we drop that stuff in there, it basically gives the screen the ability to see white light, but it can maintain its contrast level the entire time. So the Venta Black technology is developed to actually absorb all white light. I'm curious what would happen if we got a hold of that stuff and we drop that heightener in there. And I think the first test I may try, there's a guy over in, the story, but if you ever read the story or you know the story about the Venta Black, somebody developed it, a group of scientists developed it, a multi-billionaire went in and bought the rights for it, and he doesn't want to share it. So another guy from the UK, which was actually an amazing chemist, developed a paint called 3.0 Black. Because he was upset because he felt that, look, this guy could have made it available. Artists could have used it. Anybody could have used it. It would have been nice. I would have liked to get my hands on some of that stuff for testing. But no, he bought it, kept it to himself, and that's how it went down. And because of that, art community, all that, people were upset and everything. So this chemist came in and developed this paint called Black 3.0, which is actually extremely good because I bought some of it. At the time, we didn't have heightener technology, so I'm going to go buy some more. It comes straight from the UK, so it takes a bit to get here. But it's definitely worth it. What he did was he made this paint. It looked incredible. And shared it with the community, which means, he made it access for us to be able to buy it, which I thought was pretty cool. But the other guy, nah. Now, they probably would have some rules with this stuff, like you can't paint your car with it. You ever seen the BMW? They painted with that Venta Black. That thing looks insane. You can't see anything on the car. Like usually with the black, you could see like my sofa. You could see the imprints, the cushions and stuff. If you had painted this with Venta Black, you wouldn't see nothing there. None of this would show up. It would have no detail. Completely cloak the vehicle. When you get a chance, check that out on YouTube, the Venta Black BMW. You were like, you gotta be kidding me. There's nothing. You can't see anything in that car. It's cloaked. Completely cloaked. And mind you, they had this in a showroom with lights. Can you imagine this thing riding down the street and this thing kills its lights and start driving in the dark? You wouldn't be able to pick it up. You wouldn't be able to see it. A cop could pick it up probably on the radar, but wouldn't even see it coming. And you wouldn't see it coming on the other end. It probably was too late. Or if you're on the same lane, you're good. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to see that thing. You wouldn't do the same thing. I thought it was the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. But now I can see why you couldn't have it. It kind of reminds me of that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger he did. I forget what it was called, The Final Stand or something like that. But the guy had the Corvette, and the Corvette had some kind of cloaking device on it. He could actually turn off all his lights. He had TVs inside the Corvette, and he can actually drive and turn his lights up at the same time. It was something crazy. The helicopter was chasing it, and it disappeared. Yeah, I was wondering, did he have Vanta Black on that thing? Yeah, I'm interested in that stuff. So I'm doing some testing. I can't show you what I'm testing. I can't show you what I'm working on. But it does involve 3.0 black paint. And it does involve a step 2, an extra advancement code of heightener technology. This for the next stage in a year from now, where we have screens that will be now at least 7 times darker than what you're looking at now, and to pull even more higher white levels. That's the next stage. And they won't be called phantoms, they'll be called something completely different. I told you I'm actually building another company. Let's see if we got here. We don't run the same thing over and over again. Let's go do something else. We checked out all that. I like this demonstration right here. I don't think anything else darker on there than this.
이 버터가 듬뿍 든 감자빵과 이 매콤한 소스가 바삭하고 촉촉하고 부드러운 치킨에 더해.
That was nice contrast. Why don't they put more darker contrasts on? That'd be nice. Spill out of this. See what we got going over here. Give me a chance to run the 720p 600 by 800 res. That's it. I'll put the model number at the bottom just in case if you want to pick one up. Like I said, very good projector. You don't need to have a expensive 4K or 1080p projector. It's not necessary. I'll be watching TV here today. If this thing had a killer keystone capability on the keystone, had a killer lens shift capability, I'd be using this instead of the 5000 lumen. But the reason why the 5000 lumen, I can bring that thing up real high and I can bring the image right down in front of my screen. If that thing had keystone on it, this is what I'd be using. I gotta do it side by side. A 720p projector versus this projector on our technology. Oh, tea ready? Yeah. Would you like to go to tea, Taco? Taco, guaranteed. Samsung 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I need that one. I'm so tired of this demonstration. I've done it to death. This one I actually like the most. But I want to see what this looks like on the 720p. Neon QLED. I need to look those up. my final screen paint. The technology we're developing for the physical screens, it's not made like this. It's made completely different. It has to be. This stuff has to be thinner than water when we actually make this stuff. It's a special coating. It has to be applied specially. Can't do it by brush. You can't do it with a Wagner 1050. It has to be done with something professional. So this right here, you won't get a chance to see it till the end of the year, what I'm working on. It's going to be custom design. The first screen we're going to bring out is a wallpaper screen at 120 inches. And it is going to be beautiful. I mean beautiful. You're going to think that thing looks like glass when we get done with it. It's going to reflect an image right back. All I can tell you one thing is, if you look at it, it'll reflect your image back at you. That's all I can tell you. And they're not made of glass. That's all I can tell you. What the new screen's going to look like. Okay, Neon QLED by Samsung. I'm going to check those out. Neon QLED by Samsung, 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see what they got on these things, because I like that demonstration up there. I've been there, I've done that. What's this right here? Quick balance. Okay, Samsung QLED. Is it a demonstration or is it advertised on their TV? We got two of these. 126. That's my outdoor screen right there. That screen just came inside. It was raining. Just brought that screen from outside in the rain. This is the 126 version of it. Beta Fish, 4K, LG, demonstration. The other one's first. Here we go. That's that one. Just like an OLED. See how that screen remains black? See how it kills all that light that's hitting it going back and forth? Told you, screen always remains black when they're black. If they're not black, it'll pop up. They'll show what they are. Doesn't make a difference. The image could be bad on the screen. It's always going to remain black no matter what hits it, because black absorbs light. So if we look at a screen in a demonstration and it's coming up real light, it's not a good sign. That shows there's something in that screen that's basically, it's not black, there's gray in it. Something's in it. But that screen must remain black from corner to corner to corner as you're watching right now. Starfield screensaver. Cancel. Starfield screensaver. So we're 18 feet right now. My projector is standing right next to us. We're at 18 feet away from the screen. See how that screen remains black? That's how we know. Just light passing back and forth through my windows. We have the overheads on. And if you see from corner to corner, that screen is supposed to remain black. If that screen was dark gray, it would pop up, it would fade there and there, it would wash out. When you come into my demonstration, you watch my demo video when it comes in, fast forward to the middle, or actually near end of the middle, you will see a Starfield displayed at 150 inches. It stays black from corner to corner to corner. That's how we know. Until then, let's go over here and play with the light. So that my cord wants to fight with my stand. I hate that. I'll be sitting there and it's just be one little piece just connected, and you just for some reason just like it's magnetic, just won't let go. I like this stand, but my goodness. So we'll keep the Starfield over there. I gotta get up on Facebook too. LG food commercial. 4K? I'll put you that one on the other one. LG food 4K. What's up, Frankie George? I haven't seen that one yet. I will finish that one over here. This one. Oh, it's the same video. They changed the thumbnail. Check this out. We're on the other screen right now. Sorry about to be switching back and forth, but you got to check it out in 126. That's the same video we're playing back there. Now we're playing it over here. I might just change this to something else now. Let that play over there. Let's see. Ooh. Samsung 4K HD introduction. Yeah, we did that one already. This is OLED greatness level. Already with that one. Let's see. Granny Rest Taco. Taco having fun. I'm gonna play that one over here. We'll check out this one over here. On the big screen. There we go. Oh, this one is different. Yeah, because I didn't remember seeing that in the other video back there. This must be the whole full demo. Some of these demos are like short. Like I've noticed, I've actually seen the actual demo from the actual site that has like OLED or LG will have the actual demo. Some will have bits and pieces of it. I don't remember seeing all that. Oh, we got to go over this one. I'll disconnect my charger for just a minute. We should be good. I got to go over and check this out. Oh, no, we're not going to be good. Got to keep charger in. I like that one. Oh, wait, we weren't done. It's going to do all. I was going to do all the LG food commercials on there. All right, let's fast forward to where we were at before. Let's get over to where the guy was putting on his vest, which should have been right about in there. Yeah. Okay, let's come back over here. Let's go back to this one over here. That is my outside screen. This right here is my outside screen. This screen was just outside in the rain. Pulled it off the deck and brought it in here. And then we have the 235.1 at the bottom. Oh, shit, we got the wrong control. This is one for that one. Let's see, Mr. Bird. So keep in mind, this right here, which we're doing right now, that right there is 720p, 600 by 800 res, and the one back behind you is actually full 1080p, 1920 by 1200. Oh, I can't wait to put them side by side. While we're looking at that one, we can check out this one over here. I love it when it shows the light colors, like the flesh tones and stuff like that. So you can see how amazing the white level comes up on the technology. 18 feet back. So our screens don't sit embedded in darkness. There's no walls here blocking. There's constant light pushing back and forth. Whoa, whoa, look how black. Hold on for a minute. Gonna drop that remote control for a minute. I'm gonna see how black that whatchamacallit came up. Show that one again. Look how black the reflection came off. You see the white right there coming in, the reflection just pulled off that table. That's that crazy contrast. All right, let's come back over here and let's watch this demonstration over here. So we got 720p here, 600 by 800 by res, and we got a 5,000 lumen back there. Isn't that interesting? Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Wrong remote control. I gotta get the whatchamacallit from my Fire Stick. I gotta get like the covers. They got the covers, we can actually make them different colors. That's what we need in here. If I got 6 of these things on my own. That's why I keep those two over there, because those are two right there operate this one and the ceiling. What did they give me? I was in LG. Did that one already. Oh, that's a good one too. What's this one right here? Oh, look at this.
Dolby Vision is an advanced HDR technology that delivers enhanced brightness, color, contrast, detail, and
I doubt it.
dimensionality
The
to your
screen's not black, you
displays.
don't have contrast.
Bringing the visual technology from Dolby Cinema.
Ah, that'd be a good
to the
slogan.
world's most
If your
advanced
screen's not
movie
black, you don't
experiences.
have contrast. Technically, you really don't have
It
contrast.
doesn't matter how many
You have
pixels
gray.
you have,
That's what you have.
or what your frame rate is. Dolby Vision empowers
That's pretty much at the end of the day. I'm sorry, if your screen's not black, you don't have contrast. You have gray. Let me know if next time you come outside wearing a black shirt and says, "Hey, that's a nice gray shirt you got on." No, you can't. You don't pull gray. You don't pull black when you have gray. You don't. Only black screens can pull it. Whoa! All right, we got to come back. Check this out. Wait, we got to go back to that one. Got to go back to that one. That looked really nice over there.
This is such a gorgeous night for women. And as we see, the buckle is not here, but it's
This is why I got multi-screens in my house. Sometimes I'll play all my screens down here. At the same time, I got them on the ceiling. I got them over here on the screen, over there. I play them all. Oh, that's the invisible technology. We're playing with that later on. if you feel that your screen can pull black next to this technology, tell me what you got. And I'll do a side by side next to it. So you can pull the same contrast levels my screen can. Let's see. I like that one. That was actually pretty cool. What's going on over there? Oh, that's going on over there. Should look over here. I like that one. This one's much better. That's what I said. That's going to be our new slogan. Bottom line, if you don't have black, you don't have contrast. I like the way that clicks. Because, like I said, 18 certified screens in that kitchen drawer, and none of them can match your screens on a contrast level. Can't even match it in color either. And at the end of the day, those of you who are making black screen paint products, let me tell you something. Yeah, that test, what you just told me to do, take those two liquids and put them next to each other, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to show that both of the black liquids are going to have to match to show that none of them are coming up gray. And then you're going to have to display those contrast levels, the white levels. So if whatever you have in that container does not match that black paint, there's a problem, because it shows at the end your screen's not black. All right, watch that play. We're gonna go over here. Ooh, I like this demonstration right here. We gotta go check this one out. We're done with this. We'll come back to that one later on. Let's go play with this one for a little bit. I've seen this one a few times. We should call it a black paint. We're going to use our demonstrations anyway. I did it all freaking out because someone was asking me when we had the screen up. It was like, how do we know that screen is not a dark gray screen? And I said, I'll show you. So I took the black paint liquid in one hand and our product in the other hand and put them right next to each other. That's how you know. Because I told them that this technology has a signature embedded into it, two of them. One, it can read white light, and the other one, they dry different. But if you put two of those chemicals together, they both come up as jet black. That's what you're going to have to back up. Now, what I've seen in demonstrations, black screens that are supposed to be black are not coming up black. They're coming up dark gray. And that means that makes the Phantom the top black screen. Until we get our hands on that other one and figure out who's making it, who's got it. We can bring it down here and do it side by side. And that screen was literally jet black. That thing made me giggle like a schoolgirl. It was jet black. I don't see too many black screens. I don't think XY has a screen they call it the black crystal, and that screen's not even freaking black either. That screen's actually gunmetal. Matter of fact, I showed you messages back and forth. I was actually talking to a representative over at XY Screens. And when I showed him the pictures of that black screen pulling that image up, they haven't contacted me back after that.
This place used to be the picture of commerce, but now that everybody's working from home, it's a ghost.
Yeah, everybody's working at home, literally. But I've been working at home since day one.
This is a
Nah, Ben, I don't want to hear that. All right, I'll check that out later on because you probably have something on there that I haven't seen yet. Browser reviews, stuff like that, sometimes I'll pop in there because he might have a video I've never even seen before, and that'll give me a chance to check out something new. Next Gen Gaming 4K. What game is this?
So this is
No, we're not doing that. But I will check you out later on because I'm interested in that. Let's see what else we got over here. All right, can we get, let me see, 4K white. I don't want to say demonstrations because that could turn out to something really bad. Cancel. Oh, okay. 4K white flowers, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if we can get some nice, beautiful flowers, something nice, bright and white. Just gonna give me what I want. Gotta literally hunt down white levels for this technology.
नमस्कार प्रिय दोस्तों
No, not gonna work. I gotta get on my phone with a cup of tea and hunt down levels of screens that are going to demonstrate them showing high white levels. Oh, I know it would definitely do it. 4K Japanese flowers.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna check this one out. It's not what I want. Okay, there we go. That's better. Because the background was coming up black. I was like, I don't want that. Not good enough. I want something brighter than that. This looks. No, a beautiful garden, by the way. That garden's off the chain. I can't go jack to save my soul. Wish I could. My mother had a green thumb. I never got one. What's this right here? Nah. Nah. What's this? Oh, let's check this out. Get something off of this. This is not making me happy. Now this is making me happy because this has got lots of bright levels to it, but that is not. I need something brighter than this. Okay. I'm happy now. That works. It works. Look at this. We got snow. This is what I like. Contrast is fun to do on the screen, you know it is. It's fun to show how black it can pull up, but that's not the fun part. The fun part is those white levels. Ooh, I got one even better. 4K white snow scenery.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, we done all those already. What about this Winter Wonderland thing in 4K?
Fox, you get to show your personality on your feet. These are fun. They're like a tie-dye rainbow.
It's so light. It's like a marshmallow.
I've never wore Crocs a day in my life and never will. Now, a friend of mine, he wears them, but then again, like I said, in the day, he's a doctor, he wears Crocs. That's a great shoe to choose when you're in the parking lot being chased by a 6-foot guy with a hockey mask. That's gonna come in real handy. I didn't know Jason was 6'8". Literally. You ever look at the sizes of some of these crazy people, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and some guy, how what their height was? Jason was 6'8". Are you kidding me? He didn't seem like he was 6'8". I say 6 feet, maybe 6'4", but I think he was 6'8". Good gracious. Well, he had a good swing, man. How much arm reach he had already to begin with if he's swinging a sickle at you at the end of the day. He was 6'8". I just because you know I got interested in that because I was looking at Resident Evil Village, and the woman they have on there, I can't pronounce her name for Jack, and she's something like, what, 10 feet or something like that? She's way up there, like 10 feet. And I was just going along. They had a measurement on the tallest buildings, and then I started looking at horror movies. I'm not a big fan of horror movies, but looking at between how tall was Jason, between Leatherface and all that, Jason was freaking 6'8". So if Jason's 6'8", how tall was Jason? Michael Myers. How tall was Michael Myers? That would explain a lot. How you be running in the woods as fast as you could, and he'd just simply be walking and catch you in no time at all. That would explain a lot. Because people be just running their hearts out, and he'd just be walking, doom, 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 doom. So I guess for every 3 steps you jumped, I mean, he probably did 4 at the most. That can't be right. You know how tall 6'8" is? But this I like. Look at the snow levels on that. That I do love. I gotta save this one. This is gonna be good for another demonstration. Because I hate it when I ask for snow sceneries, and then they show snow sceneries and there be bushes and green trees, and I was like, no. I went strictly nothing but white levels only for these demonstrations. That's good. That comes to me. Make some tea. I'll make some tea. 6, 8. Ooh. I think in every Halloween's not that bad. I'm gonna watch a new Halloween. When it comes on, I'm gonna watch that. I've seen every Halloween. It's not that bad, but I never can understand if someone breaks in your house, why the heck do you run to the basement? Of all places, you run to the basement. Or upstairs in a closet. Hey, you're asking for it. You got plenty of windows. I literally watched somebody in the movie run past a window with a chair next to it. And you could have threw the chair out the window, and you could have just jumped out the window, and it was actually on the first floor. No, they go run into the basement. Or my personal favorite is one where they go. If you hear something bad going on in your basement, you want to go in the basement and check it out. The very area that people mind, every time they grab a flashlight, never seems to work when they get down there. It doesn't work at all. And by the time they're hitting this thing and it pops on, it's too late. Or they can have a car that drives all day long, and the minute they get out in the woods and someone's out there chasing them with a freaking large machete, car don't start. And my personal favorite one is, we know what it is, the person who trips and falls, can't get up for some reason until he's right over top of him, and then when she gets up, gone. That's horror movies for you. But that's a personal favorite right there. Yeah, I love the old-fashioned movies. Those are my personal favorites ones. They hide like the one place in the house where there's no exit out. Let's go hide up in the attic. That's a perfect idea. And then they find one small window, and they're trying to squeeze their body out the window, roll down the side of the house, almost break their arm coming off, and then you got to limp over, and there he is waiting for you. Because Jason's probably thinking, I prep for this. I watch all the movies, and I know how you guys want to try to get out of the house. Yeah, that's a good one. That's my funny. I like watching those. Wait, I forgot the best one of all. They never finished the job. I mean, come on. You're able to get this guy out a window with a pitchfork in his chest, and he drops and hits the ground. When you think you want to go out there and finish the job, no, they go, it's over. Walk away, go look out the window, he's gone. I think I only seen one movie where they did actually finish the job. Come on, they finished the job. But yeah, I like the I love the my favorite ones to watch. And I don't get into the real horror ones, but the ones I like to watch, I like Michael Myers, and I like what's it called right here, Jason. Those are the two I like. I don't get into Freddy, man. Freddy got creepy for me. Got too creepy for me back in the day. I had to get rid of Freddy. But this year, I think I'm going to watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's it. And a couple other some Halloween movies. Keep it clean this year. And my sister, on the other hand, she is a horror fiend. I don't dare step foot in her house on Halloween. They watch movies like The Ring, The Exorcist, the Amityville Horror, the Amityville Horror, yeah, The House in Connecticut. They watch that really, really, really creepy stuff. You gotta invite people over to your house so you can sleep, and even that's not enough. I mean, movies so literally so creepy that in the morning you got night lights running in your bedroom, that kind of stuff. But yeah, she's a horror fan, and it doesn't bother her at all, nothing. Like if you saw her movie collection, you want to grab a bucket of holy water and just splash it on her bookcase. She got everything in there. Saw, the whole trilogy, everything. She's into all that stuff. Hellraiser, excuse my French. She's got all that in there. I can't do it. Can't do it. Nope. I used to hate, that's why I like it better when I stream, because when I stream my TV, I had no commercials. Because right around this time, if I was watching regular TV, I'd be sitting there late at night, and we all had this happen before. You have the remote control tucked underneath of you, and you're sitting all snuggled in, and then this freaking horror movie just pops up out of nowhere, your sound's blasting and everything, and you're trying to find the remote control. And mind you, my screen's 126 inches, so that thing just blasts right in my face. So there you go. But I remember there was an incident. Where is it? Which hand is it? There we go. I think it's right there. See that scar right there? We're off topic now. We're done on this. But off topic. See that scar right there? I was helping a buddy. That's when I used to work at Tweeters. And I was helping a buddy install speakers into the ceiling. He went speakers in the ceiling, but he went speakers in the ceiling. He went the subs in the floor. We had to tear the floors up to put the subs in. He wanted no speakers to be seen anywhere. So we're hooking up this system in his house. He's got this like 70-inch TV or 72-inch TV, and it's laying right against the wall right here. So I'm up on the ladder installing the speakers, and I'm watching the TV at the same time. Something to do while I'm doing all this wiring. And right in the middle of me watching this show, the Ring pops on. You ever seen the commercial for the Ring, the trailer for the Ring? Little girl pops out of the well and she starts doing a little dance back and forth across the screen. I'm sitting there horrified, staring at that nightmare, and I got a putty knife in my hand while I'm sitting there cutting the wires, and I go and cut my wrist right around here, right up in there. Just almost missed the vein from there and there. And here I am, falling off the ladder. He comes in the room and hears me screaming, and he sees the girl on the Ring dancing on the well, dancing in front of the screen, the 72-inch dancing back and forth, and I'm sitting there yelling, grabbing my tongue, get caught when I went in the hospital, and there's blood shooting all over the place. Yeah, that's something you want to walk into your home theater room and see. And then by the time I get to the hospital, I got to explain to these idiots down there, like, no, I didn't try to kill myself. I'm up on a ladder installing speakers, and this creepy female pops up called the Ring, and it caught me off guard when I was basically cutting the wire, and I caught my hand. It was a big mess, man. Thought they were going to freaking 302 me. I was going to miss a couple days of work. Next time I'm going to turn the TVs off. But yeah, that was a funny day, boy. We laugh about it to this day. The day Kenny almost killed himself, installing speakers off, and the girl from the Ring popped up out of the well. Oh, that thing was so creepy. Oh, it was so creepy. It didn't even look real, but it didn't look real. It's like somebody recorded it and caught it on film. That's what it looked like. But yeah, that was one of the things, one of the weird incidents that happened to me. Besides being electrocuted, set on fire, and poisoned a couple of times. There's some interesting stories too. Food poisoning 6 times. Actually, the first one was my fault. I deserved that one because that was something stupid I shouldn't have did. But then when you're young, you think you're immortal, so that was stupid to do. Almost drowned a couple of times. That was something stupid. Almost got me killed doing something stupid. Electrocuted twice. One was pulling an extension cord apart with my teeth when I was young. You actually do see flashing lights. Your hair does stand up. You definitely do see that. And the other one was sneaking out of a house to a party. We had a live wire, and I decided to climb up on this ladder between this live wire. I slipped, lost my footing, and I caught my back on the wire. Didn't kill me, just burnt me pretty good. And I still went to the party. Man, but I like this scenery. All this white snow is beautiful. I love this. All right, where are we time? We got time on here, 2:10. I like that. I'm gonna remember that. When she come up? When I bring it up anyway. Moscow. I wonder what Moscow's like in Christmas time. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. One year I did a recording in snow. I want to do another one this year. So when the 150 in the back, I want to set up everything. I'm gonna get a. I'm going to custom build a. I'm not gonna wait. If it's no snow out there, but still, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be damp out there. So I'm gonna build me a custom box, protector box for my projector in there. And I want to do some movies out in the snow. Because keep in mind, when you do demonstrations in the snow, you're reflecting 10 times more white light to screen. So that's kind of fun to do. All right, let's see what else we got here. 4K model demonstrations. I'm running out of stuff to look up earlier.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm just really running out of stuff to look up. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start paying for content because I'm running out of stuff to look up. Let's see what we got going on here. Been there, done that. All that's been done already. It's a shame they don't want to show movies on here. That's a shame. You get a copyright. There's so many movies I want to show in here and I can't do. Done all the colors. Oh, so if I look up 4K model demonstrations, I get a whole row of colors. Maybe I'm bored of the size of the screen. Maybe that's it. Let's go over here. I don't do enough demonstrations on the big boy. I could do that. Oh, what's this? So I figured out something new, and oh, this guy right here, he's pretty cool. I can't. This show is copper, but he has some pretty cool stuff, and this guy lives out in the wild. But I figured out something new about the 3D mapping equipment that I have upstairs. Number one, I can actually take actual videos now, and I can actually graph them into a curved screen, which is pretty cool. So that's something I want to do. Something else I figured out too. So I couldn't figure out, I was watching these demonstrations, how these people were basically video mapping every side of this. So they had a cake there and they were mapping, because when I do 3D mapping, I can only get one side. I'm like, how the freak are they basically hitting all sides of this cake, right? And I'm thinking, I don't want to go out and spend the money for another one of those units. Those units are like $1,000. Every time I get one, like $1,000. So I want to get $1,000 plus the projector, and I found out what they did was they used a splitting cable, an HDMI splitting cable. They had that plugged into the unit, and they were able to connect that to multiple projectors. So they were pretty much, like I said, they were using some kind of multi-splitter, which basically didn't weaken the signal, and they're jumping from they had 3 projectors running off that one unit, and they're running back into the projectors. That's allowing them to be able to scan every side of that object. And boom. Now I figured out how it's done. I just ordered the piece. It'll be here on Thursday. So we're going to do a test. We're going to be able to scan both sides of an object and basically do whatever we want to do with it, which is pretty cool. Or I can basically have 2 projectors scan the entire environment, which means we can actually cover the entire environment here and turn it into the matrix. I was like, how the freak are they doing that? Like, how are they doing it? Oh yeah, just figured out how to do it. Ooh, puffer fish. All right. I'm exhausted. There's nothing more I can pretty much show on this. I mean, we've been there, done it. I'm going to have to get on my phone and just find some really good content. Oh, that's pretty good. That'll work. So we're going to have to do a 720p next to 1080p on this technology. Oh, that's gorgeous. Where did this video come from? I need which one has so much so. Oh, we can plug it in from there. Okay. I gotta change my charger port because my charger is not charging for jack. Guys are all twisted. Sorry about that. All right, that's better. It's much better. Here, Frank, have a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Okay, guys, we're done. We can go back in the other room now. Because I'm done there watching TV. Watching TV, get something to eat. Done. Finish. I'll get a chance to shave tomorrow. Oh, there's my charger right there. Yeah, cool. That one actually works. I'm not getting a charge at all. it around. This one's better. This one gives me a much better charge. This one gives me no charge at all. That's better. All right, let's see. Too far up.
Hilton. Check in, choose your room, and unlock your door, all in the Hilton app, thus preserving the rarest of species, the sleeping toddler. Both our family of brands.
This is the invisible technology we make.
Hilton. With the TD Double Up credit card, you
Did you know this is an invisible version of Black Phantom? All our screen paints that we develop, there's invisible versions of them. Phantom has an invisible version of it.
And that. TD Bank. Click to apply now.
So I'm trying to get it to adjust to fit the screen. This is the plexiglass, front and rear. There we go. And this is 235.1 in plexiglass. Now this surface is not cheap. For the stand, for that piece of plexiglass, cost me $140. Trying to adjust everything that fits. Just right. This is why I love lunge shift at the end of the day, because this is a pain in the neck to do when you don't have lunge shift. You have to keep adjusting it, bring it down. So yes, there is a Phantom has an invisible version of it. Just haven't. But we're not going to develop it. I mean, show it off, but we're not going to do anything with it. And this is the 720p projector. We are now in the land of Taco Land. This is Taco Land. What a strong screen. All right, I'm gonna pause it over there and put down some 4K tropical fish. YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
And then over here. I'm a little bit off on my stand here. A little bit off there. So I'm not particular for the screen being just right. Or it'll drive me crazy. This is why I have to have one shift on everything. There we go.
Heart healthy and ready in minutes. Quaker's a super trusted superfood. When Greg laces up in the Levitate 5, he becomes a game changer. Discover your alter ego today.
I'll be playing with this one next. This is the Invisible Phoenix. We only make these in the gallon sizes, that's all. The screen reacts just like a TV. Rear projection technology. Light can pass right through it. This has the one that has a sun killer technology embedded into it that allows it to be able to watch images and when it's actually being hit by sunlight. The screen can pull up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. As a matter of fact, they pull up at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That screen will pick up with no problem. "4K tropical fish." me turn my big boy off. I'm gonna walk in front of this thing. No, let's leave it on.
Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, cheer and clap.
Now, this is another technology that was supposed to be mimicked, which couldn't be mimicked due to the fact that no demonstrations were done with direct hits from sunlight, and that screen can be peeled off if I don't want it anymore. Here's the angle gain capability. I'll move this real quick. Now, usually when I watch demonstrations with people trying to show rear projection, one of the cheap things they'll do is they'll have it on a slant. They can't have it in the front because the lamp glare is going to push through and you're going to be able to see it. So what they'll do is they'll keep it on the angle like this so you can't see it. The reason why I know, because we had screens when we used to design had that issue. Now, as I said before, the image on the other side is supposed to be clean, not gritty. Shouldn't be seeing any dots on the screen, anything like that. It should be clean all the way through. Okay, I got to plug my charge up and let it charge. I got to do a demonstration on Facebook on this one right here, which I think I'm going to do a demonstration on this one on Facebook. We're going to have some fun with the invisible technology. I may, because I will be done. At the end of the day, we won't be designing anything new, and it's not. It's Invisible Phantom. That's all it is. Same technology, just when you can see through it. Well, you can't see through it. Yeah, basically the screen is black. You won't be able to see through it, but in white light and images can push right through it. I mean, completely, you can't see your hand. That screen is seriously jet black. Invisible formula that you can't see nothing on the other end. It says that when the projector hits it, you're going to see the image push to the other end. We should develop that and make that. It's going to take us an hour to do it, so we already got the ingredients downstairs. We can just call it Final Black Invisible. Get the invisible version of it, and just have a that version of it. So I think that's what we'll do. When we got the ingredients downstairs, it'll take us 1 hour to knock it out and have it up. But I don't have the time right now. I'll get around to that later. I'm in no rush. Let me see what we got going on with this. I was going to do some gaming with the driver today. What's going on with all these cables? This one, because I don't need this. All right, look, I'm done. I'm sorry about that. I'm over here trying to untangle cables. I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.